Good morning. Can I get an aloha?
Aloha.
Aloha. Mahalo for letting us be here. We feel like family already. And my name is Keikilani Weigle. I live in Okanogan. I'm Chinese and Hawaiian. And I would like to, first off, thank all of you for being here. What an amazing experience this has been. Barter Faire! Which is the United States. Please come take a look at our t-shirts that are funding this program. There will be buckets and pass-arounds for any donations are appreciated, so we can continue this type of educational programming and sharing and prayers together all over. All right? So take a look. Thank you. Dan?
This beautiful day, this beautiful morning as we gather here and recognize this land, Tampula, this land here of our people. And I want to welcome our relatives, our Naksishtit, our Ohana from the Big Island, and we really from the Hawaiian Kingdom that we recognize, their sovereignty of their land and their protection of their land is very similar to our hearts and our spirit here as we protect and honor our land. So this morning, as we recognize our prayers and we recognize our connection to one another, but our connection also to the land and to the spiritual realm, which includes our ancestors who came here long before us. So we also want to recognize these things in this prayer this morning and uplift your spirits and happiness and beauty, that your day will be blessed and that your connections here in unity and humanity will be blessed with many new friendships and relationships. Today, we're very honored that our relatives are here with us to share their prayer, their love for the land, and the need for this communication with you, our relatives, to inform you and educate you of what's happening over here for the sacred Aina. So today I'm just going to share the song that I composed in honor of our relatives who are standing up for Mauna Kea. We stand on this sacred land, doing all we can do, with our hearts being true. Mauna Kea, we're here standing with you. Hi-yo, hi-yo. It's brothers and sisters, doing all we can do, with our hearts being true. Mauna Kea, we're here praying for you. Hi-yo, hi-yo. Mahalo, sister. Woo! This time I want to welcome my Ohana, my sister here, Mikilani Young. She's going to introduce herself, and I just want to express my happiness, my appreciation, and my deep respect for my sisters and relatives for being here and sharing their prayers with us on this land. Lord, Lord.
Ika hoe, ikeka. E pai atu ika aina la, e pai mai la ika aina e. Awe, uahiti e. Awe, wahiti e. Uahiti e, hokupa a e. Awe, uahiti e. Ele e kava a ike kai e ho o ke leva a laha ino e a o he puva anui e a ue ua hiti e.
Woo!
First, I want to thank Mahalo Kea Kua, Na Akua, Na Kupuna, Na Makua. What I just said, I want to thank God, the Creator, the Creators, the Creatress, the Ancestors, the Guardians, the Universe. Mahalo for allowing us to be here. Me as a Koko Hawaii, Na Oiwi, a Hawaiian, here from the Hawaiian Kingdom. And I also want to thank the ancestors of these lands, the Kovo Nation and the people, the First Nation people of these lands. Mahalo for allowing me to be here, to be in the presence of your mountains, your waters, your elementals, plant and animal family. Not only feeding me in the human realm, but feeding me in the spirit realm. And we need to remember, and I feel when I first came here to Kovo Nation, got on a plane, got here, went right into with the Kovo people. One thing we always got to remember, we need to remember to honor the First Nations people of the lands. But even before that, thank the creators for bringing us here, because we are all creation of Creator. Part of the healing, okay, they're telling me, part of the healing is remembering the First Nations people who are here. And we need to continue to stand with them, because they are protecting the things that are important to all of us. And all of us is we. All of us is they. All of they are the ancestors. And we are walking, living, breathing ancestors right now. And I'm starting to remember who we are in this lifetime. Our ancestors are trying to speak to us, and what a beautiful place to be here amongst the mountains and the elementals. Let's not forget them. They're constantly speaking to us, walking through us, singing through us, dancing through us. And what we call the arts is really actually prayers. Remember, when you're painting, you're tie-dyeing. When you're playing your guitar, your ukulele, singing your songs, they're prayers. And that's where songs and arts has started, back in traditions. The same way, I'm not exactly sure what type of things they do here, but definitely I know they do basket weaving and beading. What you call arts is actually prayers. When they're laying those beads down and they're weaving their baskets, it's prayers. When they go to gather, and I'll speak about my nation, because when we gather, when I'm gathering my things to make for myself, when I adorn myself, before I go into that space, I pray and I ask the ancestors, may I come into this space? And not only when I walk into this space, because some of the spaces I walk in is in the mountains, I ask for permission. I wait for the signs. The signs are like the birds, the way the wind blew, an animal shows up, and that their spirit connects to my spirit and says, it's okay to walk in. Once I'm in, I start chanting, and I'm giving thanks to the land, to the plants that are going to give me the opportunity to lay these as prayers. As I gather my leaves the plants. I keep chanting until I'm done. And when I walk out, I thank the ancestors and the Creator for all that they blessed me with that I could take out. And that's not only for the use of what we do in our dancing, but their prayers. So the same way if you're gathering medicine needs to be done in prayer. Whether it's sage, whether it's tobacco, whether it's any type of medicine. Even gathering what we call pakalolo and you guys call marijuana. That's medicine. And we need to make sure we're gathering it and smoking it in a good way. So let me just open up with a prayer. Sorry, they just wanted me to send that message. And I am going to teach you guys something because I want to see all of us laying prayers together because, again, it's about all of us. So let me just open up. I'm asking for permission from the ancestors around us, not just the human ancestors, but we're talking about the spirit beings that are walking amongst us right now. And they're called everything around us. No ho Mauna Kea kuai kana hele hele ia lai e ke ki ohu ohu e kaua koko e he na kino malu I kalani malu e ho e he ho lumai ano laka I kona mau kahu o ma kono ai no ho Mauna Kea kuai kana hele hele ia lai e ke ki ohu ohu e kaua koko e he na kino malu I kalani malu e ho e he ho lumai ano laka I kona mau kahu o ma kono ai no ho Mauna Kea kuai kana hele hele ia lai e ke ki ohu ohu e kaua koko e he na kino malu I kalani malu e ho e he ho lumai ano laka I kona mau kahu o ma kono ai. So again, I just asked protection, but permission to come in. The story behind that, see, we always have a story behind it. It was a time when our native people, there was a time when they were having a little dispute and a group of them were running away from another group. And they had asked this mo'o, which is a lizard god. And the lizard god protected this part of the village, or this forest actually. And they knew that lizard god lived there. And our lizards, we're not talking about small lizards, we're talking about humongous lizards bigger than us. Ask this mo'o, may we come in? And when you ask to come in, it's not a forceful ask, you're being polite. But you're not only asking permission to walk into this forest, but you're asking this mo'o to protect. And most people knew, actually all people knew that was a mo'o, and most people were afraid. But when you're afraid, you start going to sources that you never thought you would ask. So they asked, the mo'o let them in, covered them, they were protected, and they went on, and they went through the shortcut. So that's what that chant does. But it's also asking the Kovo Nation, the people, the original people of these lands and the ancestors, for permission to be here. And will you protect me, protect us as we go on these missions. So again, I thank my brother Dan here from the Kovo Nation, and I know there's 12 tribes, and I'm still learning about the different tribes here. And I am blessed to be here because, well, let me give you a little history about me. I am from Hawaii, born and raised in my traditions from birth. I am here standing you in the human realm at 49, but I feel very young. I feel like I've lived many lifetimes. I'm grateful to be on this mission. Creator has pushed me out the door. I was teaching my traditions all over California. Now Creator pushed me out the door, and I'm going to say this because a little back history. Went to California about 19, 20 years ago. Was married, got a divorce, got married again, got a house. Creator said, no, I got bigger work for you. 4-bedroom, 2-bath, and 7 4-legged ancestors that live with me. Now, I am in my car, traveling, giving this message because that's where Creator has me. But let me tell you this, I might be living in my car, but I have 10 acres in Hawaii, 40 acres in Arizona, and 1,400 in Montana, because it's about building a village again, going back to where we all took care of each other. And I know that's kind of the idea of this Barter Faire, is how do we help each other and we exchange and take care of each other. And I am going to give you the message about Mauna Kea because I'm getting there. So I'm just looking at these beautiful mountains. I actually love it. Besides the cold, that's something I have to get used to. So yes, I'm wearing a big coat. I'm the one Hawaiian wearing lots of clothes. But from the mountains to the waters, if you imagine Hawaii round, it's not round, but if you imagine the islands and the mountains are in the center, they were sectioned off. And in that sections, we call them ahu pua'a. So everybody say ahu.
Ahu.
Pua'a.
Puaha.
Ahu.
Ahu.
Pua'a. Ahu means altar. The earth is an altar. When you walk right where you're standing right now, you are standing on an altar. In our ahu pua'a means pig, but in this case meaning it's the main space, the main sacred place for that village, for those people. So in our ahu pua'a system, you had from the mountains to the ocean, you had your chief or chiefess because we're very matriarchal. You had your medicine people, from ceremonial leaders to people who are your medicine people, different facets of the medicine. You had your farmers, you had your fishermen, you had your basket weavers. And I'm explaining this about the village because it has to do with, I believe, what Barter Faire is trying to do and create, and as well as First Nations people of the lands. Because First Nations people of the land also believe in taking care of one another. And I'm going to get to Cooley Dam and the job we all should be doing and contributing to help the First Nations people. In that village, we all just brought what we did, what our jobs were. So if you were a fisherman, you brought fish to the table. If you were a farmer, you brought your kalo. If you were medicine, you took care of the people with the medicine. If you were the ceremonial leader, you brought the people together. There was no money exchange. It was. So with these lands that I've been given, and I told Creator, I will sacrifice everything in the world to help the next 7 generations. What do you want me to do? Well, obviously, Creator shoved me out the door and said, you're going on the road and you're going to start giving the message about Mauna Kea and connecting and unifying all nations and all people, and you're going to be the bridge, but you're going to have to trust me. And boy, it's a journey, but it's the best journey I ever been on. It's better than that 42-bath house. You could never, ever give me more than what Creator has given me, which is the ability to travel amongst all people and all nations and build so much family around the world. And at the end of the day, we need to see our world as a village.
This is the prayer circle. There's a ceremony getting ready to start.
What we just did is, again, after my brother here honored us, again, literally, we are blessed when a native of the lands can be in these circles. I'm going to stress that big time. That's why I'm beyond amazed how Kovo Nation and of course Keikilani here, who has built relationships with them and actually stands by them and stands with them. Okay, they're telling me to tell you guys this because I've talked about this. I travel a lot across Turtle Island. I go from nation to nation, tribes to tribes, talking about Mauna Kea, unifying with them. I was at Buyung Puyuk, aka Mount Shasta. I've been at Chichilbidogo till Oak Flat with the Apache Nation. I've been at Katan at Maine and with the Wabanaki Nation. I've been with the Anishinaabe. I can go on and on and on and on and on. And I've been in ceremonies with all of them. And that's why we're here today. And this is what I'm big on, is prayers. Because prayers is what's going to save us. Prayers is what's going to bring miracles. And it's the intention of your prayers. And so I know right now we're going to all manifest together because I believe we're all intentional. So I know Mauna Kea has brought me here to travel in my car, going from nation to nation, except for this trip, by plane. But nation to nation, tribe to tribe, but even groups to groups. Wherever Creator wants me to go, I go and I listen. And I keep spreading the message of unity, not just about Mauna Kea. Because again, those of you who have heard me speak, Mauna Kea is on the Big Island. We call Hawaii Island or Mokuo Keawe. That's our traditional name. We've been standing for our sacred mountain since the late 1960s. This is not a new movement. I'm grateful for the original people, our ancestors and our elders who have been standing for her when social media was not available. Literally the coconut wireless. And I'm going to give you a little back history because I want you to know, so when we start setting our intentions and our prayers, it's not going to only be for Mauna Kea, it's going to be for all of the lands and the waters and the elementals and the plant and animal family. So Mauna Kea right now, we gave permission to the University of Hawaii to go and build one telescope. Shortly after, they had 4 instead of 1. And here we are at 13 telescopes right now. But the difference with this one is it's going to be 30 meters wide, 18 stories high, 5 football fields wide. And that's my mom. And enough is enough. I say my mom because, one, yes, ancestrally I'm tied to that land. So I'm going to connect us now. But when we are on other people's lands, how we become part of that family, like this Barter Faire, how everybody became family. And I'm going to introduce you to some people who are going to add to the prayers because I've been meeting them on this journey. People who've been bringing us fire so this Hawaiian can stay warm. It's been so beautiful. To my brother who welcomes and opens up space in prayers and gets into spaces that allows me to keep sharing. So again, 18 stories high, 3 stories deep, where they're going to put the toxins. They clean the lens of the telescope with mercury. Now again, this has been since the 1960s. Right now, some of you guys have been watching. Today makes 100 days our people been standing. And I say our people been standing at the base of the mountain blocking anybody from going up. Stopping TMT, the 30-meter telescope, from being built. And I'm going to give my applaud to my elders there. And when I say elders, it's because they are very highly influential in the Hawaiian community. And that's really important. The same way for Kuli Dam to protect the waters and the salmon, it's the First Nations people that got to make that stand. In Hawaii, we need to make that stand. And then we need everybody else to join with us. Now, the way that becomes their mountain now, everybody who may not be Hawaiian in this lifetime, is when they stand with us. Then it becomes your mountain. Because I can hear people say, oh, we go there, we pray and everything, but I tell them, you go to Mount Shasta to pray, but what are you doing to contribute? Because the last time I saw, I didn't see you at Run for Salmon when we were mimicking the salmon. Or when we're in ceremonies and you're invited to come and you don't come. So it goes back to the taking, and not the giving. I believe it should be reciprocated. Same thing with the Kovo Nation, if they're standing for something, I mean, whoever lives in these areas or wherever you live, when people are standing for things, stand with them. Stand with the First Nations people, because they are fighting. A lot of them are fighting to protect the waters that we all drink, the mountain and the lands that provide. And here I am, Hawaiian, and I'm here, but I stand with all the nations. I will go nation to nation talking about their stories. When I leave this place, I will say a little bit about the Kovo Nation and the Kuli Dam and the salmon and the people here. I'm not going to just come here and take and not give back and keep getting their message out. Or like the Apaches, I am going to bring about the Apaches. The Apaches who are protecting Chinchilbedogotil, Oak Flat, where John McCain started to dig for copper. And so that's my family too.